Welcome to Bedtime Stories. Please make sure you press subscribe to get notified of new stories and, of course, share this story with a friend. And now the tale of the Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, three little pigs lived together with their mother. As they grew bigger, their small house became too crowded. So at last she sent them off into the world to seek their fortunes. "Be careful," she said. "Here you are safe from the big bad wolf, but out there you will need to build strong houses." The pigs set off happily. After a short time, the first little pig met a farmer pulling a cartload of straw. "Please, may I have some straw to build a house?" the little pig asked. "Certainly," the farmer said, "but it won't make a very strong house." The little pig didn't listen. He took the bundles of straw and stacked them up to make a house. When he was finished, he went inside for a rest. Soon, the big bad wolf came down the road. He hadn't eaten all day. When he saw the new house of straw, his tummy rumbled, and he licked his lips. "I smell piggy," he said to himself. "Yum!" He peeked in through the window. Little pig, let me come in," he growled. "No way!" the pig shouted. "Not by the hairs of my chinny chin chin." "Well, this house doesn't look very strong," the wolf said. "I'll huff and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down." So he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house down. Straw flew everywhere, and the little pig ran away as fast as he could. The second little pig walked a little farther. At last he came across a woodcutter with a pile full of sticks. "Please, could I have some sticks to build a house?" the little pig asked. "Certainly," said the woodcutter. "Take as many as you like, but they won't make a very strong house." The second little pig didn't listen. He picked up all the sticks he could carry and took them to a clearing. He piled them up to make a cozy house. When he was finished, he went inside to settle down with a cup of coffee. The big bad wolf was cross and hungry. When he saw the house of sticks, his tummy grumbled, and he licked his lips. "I smell piggy," he said to himself. "Yum, yum." He pushed his nose against the door. Little pig, let me come in," he growled. "No way!" the second little pig shouted. "Not by the hairs of my chinny chin chin." "Well, this house does not look very strong," the wolf said. "I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down." And so he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house down. The sticks tumbled to the ground, and the little pig ran away as fast as he could. The third little pig walked farther still, until he saw a builder with a pile of bricks. The builder was just finishing work. "Please, could I have some bricks to build a little house?" the third pig asked. "Certainly," said the builder. "Those are left over. Take as many as you want." So the third pig carried the bricks away and built a beautiful house. When he had finished, he went inside, put a pot of water on the fire, and started making some soup. After a while, his two brothers came running up the path. "Let us in," they shouted. "There's a big bad wolf coming." The third little pig quickly let them in. They locked and bolted the door and sat down to wait. Before long, the big bad wolf came huffing and puffing up the path. When he saw the new brick house, his tummy rumbled and grumbled, and he licked his lips. "I smell piggy soup," he said to himself. "Yum, yum, yum." He knocked hard on the door. Little pig, let me come in," he roared. "No way," the third little pig shouted. "Not by the hairs of my chinny chin chin." "Well, then," the wolf said, "I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down." And so he huffed and he puffed, and he huffed and he puffed, but the house stood firm. The wolf looked up and saw the chimney. He climbed onto the roof, and down the chimney he went, straight into the pot of soup. Ow! He jumped out of the pan and ran yowling and howling out into the cool night. The big bad wolf ran up the path, over the hills, and far away, never to be seen again. The three little pigs lived happily ever after, all together, in a strong brick house. Thank you for listening to Bedtime Stories. Please make sure you subscribe to follow us for new stories and leave a rating. If you enjoyed today's story, forward it to a friend. If you have a suggestion for a new story, send us an email, magicmonorail@gmail.com. Until next time, good night. Would you like to make a podcast? Spotify has a way to let you make one easily, distribute it everywhere, and even earn money, all in one place, for free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters, and here's how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit right from your phone or computer, so you can start creating today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else podcasts are heard. And video podcasts are also available on Spotify. With Spotify for Podcasters, you can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. And best of all, it's totally free. You know, ever since I discovered Spotify for Podcasters, I've enjoyed sharing my favorite stories with children around the world. If you've ever thought of starting your own podcast, download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to spotify.com/podcasters to get started.